Hello children, welcome to this new session. Today we are going to read do's and don'ts with a computer. So children, let us see what are the things that we should do with a computer and what are the things we should avoid doing with a computer. Let us see in this lesson. See children, a computer works on electricity, and you know that electricity is very dangerous for human being. So we should be always careful with the computer. So first thing is, if you want to switch on the computer, if you want to shut down the computer, what you should do? You should always ask your teacher, or if you are at home, you should ask your parents. As you know that computer works on electricity, and a computer also plugged with lot of electrical sockets behind. You can see here in this picture, lot of plugs are there which are plugged in this CPU. So touching all these parts and not handling it carefully may be dangerous for us. So what we should always keep in mind, do not pull any wire connected to CPU or any other part. You can see here in this CPU there are a number of wires connected. So we should never pull any wire unless and until it is necessary. But you should not do that. You can ask your parents, you can ask your teacher, but don't do it yourself. So keep in mind always, do not pull any wire connected to CPU, or not only CPU, from any other part of the computer. Now next thing, we should never put our fingers into any slot. Here you can see that in the picture, one boy is sitting on the floor and he is putting his fingers inside the electrical socket. But it is very dangerous. Also, not only electrical socket, we should never put our fingers into even computer socket, even behind the CPU socket. Anywhere, we should never put our fingers into the slots or sockets given. And now let us see how we should keep our computer neat and clean. The first thing you can see here in this picture, this is the picture of a lab in the school, computer lab in the school, where these systems and the chairs and everything is very neat over here. And here you can see one bench is lying down on the floor, some papers are there. These two children are fighting, and you can see over here on these systems also something has been kept. So we should never do all these things in our computer lab, or not only computer lab. Wherever we are putting our computer, we should always keep that area neat and clean. And whenever we are not using our computer, we should cover it properly with a neat cloth. You can see here in this picture, desktop is covered with a cover, and this cover is very neat and clean. You can see that. So whenever if we are not using our computer, if you are not using your computer, cover the computer with a neat and clean cloth. And one more important thing, we should never eat or drink anything while working on the computer. We see, do not eat or drink while working on the computer. So you can see here in the picture, these two boys are sitting and they have kept something here on the besides of computer, and they are drinking here something. He is drinking some juice. He has kept here milk bottle. So this is a very wrong practice. Just imagine if this bottle spill out over here on the keyboard. What will happen? You will lose your keyboard, right? So we should never eat or drink while working on the computer. It will make the computer parts sticky. Suppose we are eating and with the same hand we are using the computer also. So our computer parts will become sticky and greasy. So we will not be able to use it comfortably. Next thing, do not press hard on the keyboard. Here you can see here in this picture, boy is pressing on the keyboard very hard. You can see that the key is coming out, right? So we should never press the keys very hardly. We should be gentle with the computer. Why? Because computer is a delicate machine. We should always take care of it. And do not shake the table on which the computer is kept. One more important thing, that is, you can see here the computer has been kept on a table, right? This is the picture of our home. It might be possible that we are putting the computer on this type of table. So we should never shake the table. If we will shake this table, what will happen? This computer will fall down, right? And if the computer will fall down, it may be got damage. It may got damage, right? So we should not shake the table on which the computer is kept. Do not pull the parts away from the computer. See here, this boy is pulling the wire from behind of the computer, and this wire is connected with mouse, right? So this is wrong thing. We should not pull any wires that we have learned earlier. But here we should not pull any parts away from the computer. Suppose, what are the parts of the computer? The various parts of the computers are keyboard, mouse and CPU, right? So CPU, keyboard and mouse, we should never pull it away from the computer. And this is very important. We should make correct posture while working on the computer. You can see here in this picture how this man is sitting. He is sitting just on the edge of the chair, right? And he has kept his back slightly bent. So it might be possible that he will get back pain or headache, anything. So we should always maintain correct posture while working on the computer, and we should put our chair at a proper distance so we can work comfortably, and we should always sit straight on the chair like this man. Share equally. Now, when you are working in the computer lab in our school, then what we should do? We should take turns to use the keyboard and the mouse. Suppose we are working with our friends, right? So everyone should get chance to use the computer and do their work. So we should take turns to use the keyboard and the mouse. And also give space to your classmates while they are using computers. It's not only about turns. We should also give them space so that they can also sit comfortably and they can also see whatever we are doing on the computer. Share equally. Do not play loud music and disturb others. See, most children used to like listening music. But we should always keep this in mind that we should not play very loud music so that others can get disturbed. This is bad thing. So we should always play the music in low sound so that only we can hear, not any other people can hear and they can disturb. So, see children, what we have learned today? We should be careful while using computers. Why we should be careful? Because computer works on the electricity and electricity may be very dangerous for human being. And do not pull any wires connected to CPU. So, the computer is connected with lot of wires such as CPU, keyboard and mouse. So, we should never pull any wire. Do not put your fingers into any slot. There are a number of slots provided in the CPU. We should never put our fingers into any of the given slot. Keep your computer clean. We should always keep our computer neat and clean. And be gentle while using computers. So we should not press the keyboard, but keyboard key is very hard and we should take care of our computer by using it gently. So children, thank you. Let us meet in the next session. Till then, take care. Bye bye.